One of the funniest lines I've read it was in a Daily Mail article that said many people in the hip hop community are concerned that what's going on right now with Diddy, with accusations of perhaps drug trafficking, guns, sex trafficking, human trafficking, debauchery, concupiscent horrors, paraphilia, among others, is somehow a bad look, bad optics for the hip hop community. One of the funniest things I've heard to date. Absolutely hysterically funny. Hip hop worried about their look, worried about the optics, worried about, well, my friends, they've got a lot to worry about. A lot. And the optics, well, I think the optics are pretty much gone. So, what I want to do is to lend some perspective, some criminal law expertise, and how a lot of these folks who have been openly playing gangster or gangsta, how that can come back to bite you on the arse for reasons that are beyond obvious. So let me ask you first of all to please subscribe to the channel, hit that little bell so you're notified of live streams and new videos. Like this video, which I know you will. And most importantly, before I begin today's disquisition in earnest, listen carefully to the words of our sponsor. If you keep your money in a bank account, listen up. Your savings could be at risk. The banking system is once again under extreme stress. And after last year's banking crisis, the dangers are clearer than ever. Car loans are defaulting. Credit card debt is ballooning. Commercial real estate is on the brink of collapse. These aren't just red flags. They are sounds of a financial ticking time bomb. But there is a safe and an easy way to protect your financial future. Gold. Gold is outside the government's reach and safe from economic policies that jeopardize your wealth. Gold allows you to lock in today's value in the face of tomorrow's uncertainty. Don't wait for the next headline or crash or bank run to act. Inaction could be catastrophic. Contact Noble Gold Investments today and safeguard your tomorrow. As a bonus, they'll give you a free quarter-ounce gold standard coin as a thank you for opening a qualified account. So visit LionelNationGold.com. LionelNationGold.com. Contact LionelNationGold.com to claim your gold coin. LionelNationGold.com. And remember, there's always a risk of investment and there's no guarantee of any kind. I have, and I will admit to you that I find much of the phrases, comments, positions of many people in the hip hop community to be nothing but gibberish. I don't understand a lot of what is being said. And moreover, I don't know why it's being said. Somewhere along the line, I think it started, and I am not an historian, but right around the time when gangsta rap became so pervasive and so out of control, so popular, when gangsta rap became such, I noticed that more and more of the overtly theatrically criminal came about. It reminded me very similar to what happened in 1972 after the advent of The Godfather. The Godfather was such that this was the first time in Hollywood where individuals who were considered thug level were pretty much on the movies never talked about the behind the scenes. It was always the guy on the street, it was the person, the tough, but not the boss. The boss, that concept was pretty new. Nobody really understood this. Nobody thought about, New Yorkers did. They knew who, Carlo Gambino was, but America didn't. Remember, prior to the Kefauver Commission, prior to a lot of these things, they thought that Frank Costello was Irish. Costello. They had no idea. This, of course, was kept down for years by J. Edgar Hoover, who wanted to look the other way because his goal was to stamp out and to remove, communism. Why? Because when you are a national policeman, it doesn't look good for your image to be able to admit that you have underneath your nose this veritable endless rat's nest, this labyrinth of criminality. So anyway, so he fought that. Plus, he and his girlfriend Clyde Tolson were enjoying all of the fixed horse racing from Costello. Anyway, it's a long story. But that changed everything. When all of a sudden, the Godfather changed everything. And it allowed law enforcement to follow them because of their love affair with these movies, with this kind of lucidity. Anyway, make a long story short, what happened more than anything else was it began the beginning of the end, the downfall for this. Because people, as they became interested, then they started to pay attention to it and asking their local law enforcement people, why aren't you doing more about it? People who ran for office said, in essence, I'm going to stop organized crime. Okay. Diddy did more with this raid than ever. I mean, we always knew there was some shooter. A lot of people didn't care about this. Tupac, I'm sorry. Biggie, this. To a lot of people, they said, well, you live by the sword, die by the sword, whatever. But this was different. To see, in essence, MRAPs, to see the 1st Marine Division move into, Holmby Hills and Miami, and wow. And now, Suge Knight, you would think Mr. Gangster would say, what are you on the phone talking to anybody about anything? Your life's in danger. Do your time. Keep your mouth shut. Why do you want to even alert a rival as to what? And it goes, a lot of this, I'm sorry, a lot of this is children with guns. Children who love and enjoy and luxuriate in this world of what am I trying to say? This world of gangsters and thugs and Crips and this and blah, blah. Left coast, west coast, all this stuff, east, west. It's nonsense. Because if you were a real gangster, and that goes especially for the remnants of the Italian LCN, you'd keep your mouth shut. Treat it like a secret organization. But what they do is they wear it with gold, like they do gold, and it's out, it's everywhere. And it's a bunch of punks in many respects who were just trying their best to act tough. And act tough, one of the best parts about being tough is not getting caught and not announcing to the world your intentions about how bad you are and how tough you are and how mean you are and how terrible you are. I mean, come on. What are you doing? What is the purpose of this? It is insanity. But that's what's happening right now. Hoist by their own petard. And what you're going to be seeing now is a lot of folks truly looking at hip hop and looking at these people and saying, wait a minute. So my question is, why is Diddy in Miami with his daughters showing up at golf places? What about all these lawsuits? This isn't going away. This one's not going away. The Key Bridge in Baltimore, that's going away. Nobody cares about that. That's too. Epstein, remember, Epstein was the template. They arrested him, they charged him, and they killed him. But we never found out what exactly happened to all of this stuff that they seized. By the way, let this be a lesson to you. Never keep anything at your home. And what's this private secret room that Suge is referring to? Now they're going to bring Suge into this. What does that mean? Suge makes a deal for early release if he says, look, I'll be a rat? Snitches get stitches. Remember that one? You're going to rat them out. What are you doing? What you can't do this. But you know what's funny? And we've seen it as of late in terms of all of these mafia websites. Nobody cares about rats anymore and snitches. Nobody cares. They just assume it. Nobody knows. Nobody has, this Olympus, this pantheon, this halcyon museum of great men who kept their mouth shut. No, there's no such thing as that. They assume you're going to rat. They assume this. It's not anything even remotely. I mean, it's just obvious. They assume you're going to rat and that you're going to do. They assume this. So what's interesting right now is the feds are just taking all of this in. All of this in. And if there is some truth to the fact that they wanted to seize this evidence to keep it, why would the feds want to keep evidence of what? Drugs? No. Money? No. Guns? No. It's pictures, videos, hard drives, things like that of very prominent people. And what do the feds want to do with that? They want the extortion material for themselves, the same way they took Epstein's material, which is still and has yet to be identified. Think about that. We still don't know anything about all of those recordings and hard drives and thumb drives, because remember, his homes were recording studios. Who has that? The government does. And the government could be Intel. It could be a combination of who knows what. When you say the government, it could be anything. So stay tuned, dear friends. And do me a favor, Suge, if you know what's good for you, shut up, do your time, get out. Unless being perceived as a rat doesn't mean anything anymore. In any event, dear friends, have a great and a glorious day. Please subscribe to the channel. Please hit that bell to notify yourself of when we are live and there's new videos. Please like this video and comment as you see fit.